Hi friends and welcome. If you're new here, I am Amy from Neurotic Mom Bakes and welcome to my kitchen. We're gonna jump right into this recipe. I am making orange spice bread with orange vanilla glaze, and it's perfect for the holidays. You get the hint of citrus and the hint of spices, and it's delicious. So let's get going on this. You're going to need a half a cup or 1 stick of unsalted butter. And in here, I already have 1 1/3 cups of granulated sugar. And as I always try to mention, I have the written recipe in the description box below each video. And then to that, I'm gonna add 4 ounces of cream cheese. Let's get that cream together, and then we'll do our eggs. Okay, that's done. We're going to add 4 eggs. Stop here and scrape it down really well before adding my orange. Okay, while that's going, you're going to need 2 oranges and save half of one for the glaze, and you need about 1 1/2 for the actual bread. And I've just zested 1 orange here. I'm gonna stop that so you can hear me better. So I'm zesting this orange here. Make sure you only do 2 or 3 scrapes on each spot and then find a new spot, because if you get down to the white, it's going to be bitter. But the oil from the peel itself just adds so much flavor. So this is about 1 orange, zest of 1 orange. And then I juiced this orange and got you want about 6 tablespoons. So 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. And that's gonna go in. Just give that just get that incorporated a little bit. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I just always eyeball my vanilla. Okay, the proper way to measure flour, I don't know if I've ever gone over this before, is you wanna kind of fluff it with the spoon and then spoon it into your measuring cup. And I'm just gonna level with this straight edge spatula. So there's 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And again, I just fluff my flour a little. There's 2 cups of flour. Let's see, let's do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then our spices, we have cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of the cloves, and 1/4 teaspoon of the nutmeg. There we go. I'm just gonna start slow with that. All right, I'm gonna scrape it down 1 more time. Do 1 last mix, and then I'll put it in my pans. That is smelling so good. It smells like Christmas. Okay, we're ready for our pans. Okay, now we're ready to go in the pans, and I have found the best way to ensure that your bread comes out of the loaf pan is to use oil and flour. The worst thing in the world to happen is you go to all this trouble and then you go to take the bread out and half of it's on the bottom. That's happened to me so many times. So I have found this is the best way. I have a fairly generous amount of oil, just vegetable or canola oil is fine, in the bottom here, and I'm gonna go right into the corners. And then my extra insurance, I get some flour. Get it all the way to the corners there. Tap the excess out. And then I'm still going to spray it a little. This will fill 2 8x4 loaf pans. And you don't want to go more than half full, because then it'll kind of be uncooked in the middle and too brown on the outside. So I like to do my breads just maybe a little bit below half or about a third full in the pan. Okay, these are going to go in a 325-degree oven. I would start checking about 30 to 35 minutes and go from there. The last time I baked these, I think I went around 40 to 45. I'm not exactly sure because I keep adding 3 minutes and checking and 4 minutes and checking. Start at 30. All right, now I'm going to prepare the glaze. It comes together really quick. I'm gonna prepare it now and then set it aside and wait for my loaves to bake. But what you're going to need is this is an eyeball type glaze. It's very simple, but you're just going to start with about a cup and a half of, I'm gonna go a little more, maybe 2 cups of the powdered sugar. And then I'm going to zest some orange into here. Just kind of whatever you want in there. And then I'm just going to slowly add juice from an orange until I get the right consistency. That's it. I am gonna add a splash of vanilla, like a half a teaspoon. And I'm just gonna go until I get the consistency I want, and I'll show you what that will look like. A little goes a long way, you would be surprised. So I'm gonna start with just those 2 wedges. Let's start with a spoon. We're going to need some more. Let's go right in the bowl. If you want the kind that's going to soak down into the bread and run all the way down to the sides, you're going to want to add more juice. If you want it more of a white color and it kind of stays on top, maybe drips down just a little, then go thicker. This to me looks pretty perfect. I like that consistency. Now, if you let it sit out, it's gonna get a crust on top, and that's not very good. So what I'm going to do while I'm waiting for my layers to bake, I'm just gonna get a small piece of plastic wrap, and I'm going to press it down on top of the glaze. Just right on top. That just prevents it from getting that skin on there, and then you can set it aside for however long you need to until you're ready to use it. All right, I have pulled these out of the oven. They smell divine. They've cooled about 10 minutes, and I'm going to, maybe not even 10, maybe just 5. I'm gonna turn them out just to make sure you get the sides released. Just kind of run like a flat spatula. Now we just really hope. Just really, really hope. Yes. It's always a relief. Doesn't matter how many times I've done this. It is a relief. Now, we're gonna glaze while it's still a little bit warm. I have my glaze right here, and it will spread a lot, so little goes a long way. Kind of do like 2 or 3 spoonfuls on the top. Then you can see it's running down. I like to get the top mostly covered. All right, let's move on to this one. Oh, I just wish you could smell this one. This is just so good. I made a loaf the other night for my family. I kid you not, it was gone in about 90 seconds. They each had like a slice and a half. Oh, that's so pretty. Now, just if you want, just for a little bit of garnish, it's just really pretty to grate some zest right on top. Okay, so there you have it. It's so pretty and it smells divine. In fact, I'm going to cut into one because I have to have a taste right now. go. So darn good. So try this one at home. Let me know what you think. This is one of my newest recipes, something I've never tried before, and I'm in love with it. So I would love to hear your feedback. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Someone said I need to start dancing at the end of my YouTube videos.